Hey everyone, with the Destroyer Strategy replay for Narai posted, here is another replay using the same strategy. I've been grinding through the Shiratsuyu in Narai and using the same exact route that I used in that video. So, just showing you probably my best game. You'll see from the cover that I got 277,000 damage compared to 295,000 in the Leningrad. So why would you want to use Leningrad when you can get the Shiratsuyu? Well, there are a number of factors. First is there are a number of differences which make the Leningrad pretty much the most optimal destroyer to use here.
Enemy force detected.
And the Shiratsuyu, by comparison, is probably the least optimal destroyer to use. The biggest reason being that, captain-wise, Leningrad you can use the exact same captain in randoms, in ranked, in any mode you want. Whereas the Shiratsuyu, in pretty much every other mode, you want a torpedo-focused captain. Whereas here, you actually want a gun-focused captain. So, in addition to that, the Shiratsuyu has a base HP of 12,800, whereas Leningrad starts with 15,200. And just to pause here, you'll see that the torpedoes are still loading. The Leningrad has 92-second torp reload, whereas Shiratsuyu has 94 seconds on the base torpedoes and over 100 on the upgraded ones. So that's something you'll also need to deal with. To go back to the HP though, even with Survivability Expert, you have max of 15,250 HP compared to a max of 18,000 on the Leningrad with Ovechkin. And then you have the gun reload with basic firing training and main battery mod 2 to get your gun turrets to turn at a decent rate. Your reload is at 7 seconds, whereas the Leningrad's is down to under 5. And then the last main factor is speed. The Leningrad and Minsk top out at 43 base speed, 43 knots base speed, and Boskovica has 39, with most destroyers having around 35-36 at this tier. The Shiratsuyu is pretty much the lowest at 34 knot base speed, so it's more difficult to get around the map. So far you'll see I've done the same exact route. Shot AP at the Degois, HE at the Clemson, torpedoed the Iron Duke, AP the Emerald, and I'm now healing and getting ready to torpedo the Missouri.
Attention, enemy transport ships detected. Destroy enemy transport ships.
Here I'm smoking to get as close as possible So once these two cruisers are sunk, I can charge Missouri.
Smoke screen set.
Now once the two cruisers are sunk,
Enemy cruiser sunk.
you just charge the Missouri. If they get sunk fast enough, you can charge and sink the Missouri with the Leningrad before it reaches the island. It is not possible to really do so in a Shiratsuyu. At least not without taking a lot of risk. And here you can really feel the speed difference when you watch the two replays. Now there,
We destroyed an
you
enemy
might have
battleship.
noticed I got about 60,000 damage on the Missouri if you go look at the detail screenshot, and in the Leningrad replay I only got 49,000. So if you had gotten the same exact damage on the Missouri in the Leningrad, that damage would actually be 306,000, not 295. As I have probably mentioned before, when you're playing with a group that knows what it's doing, Narai is more a competition to see who can get damaged the fastest. And obviously, if you're not playing with an organized group, it can be very different when you're solo queuing with a random pickup team. Now here you'll see I'm heading for the aircraft carrier to torpedo it, just like in the previous replay with the Leningrad. The biggest difference is, in the Leningrad, I can solo these three ships by myself, especially if you are trying to do something like a 4 or 5 ship match and not taking a full group. Whereas Shiratsuyu, it is at least very difficult, if not impossible, to do this by yourself. And here, you'll see I have a division mate and a battleship to help me. Now, the key to torpedoing the Lexington is you need to make sure there's nothing to spot the torpedoes. With planes no longer detecting torpedoes, you just need to make sure that the Nicholas is staying inside the base, or it gets sunk, or the Lexington is far away enough on its route that torpedoes won't get detected by the Nicholas. For example, Lexington could be up on the border of CD10, whereas the Nicholas sticks by the northern coast of this island I'm next to. That would be a pretty good safe bet for launching torpedoes with the Nicholas alive without them being detected.
Enemy forces detected. Destroy all enemy warships.
Now here, once you enter the base, a lot of my damage here is mostly from torpedoes
Clear the base
on
enemy
battleships. You'll find often, if playing a destroyer, that when launching torpedoes at them, your division mates or teammates will kill them, sink them, or at least sink them before your torpedoes get much chance to hit them. Now, whether you're entering from the entrance over at F78 or the one I just entered at F10, I like to smoke pretty close to this island in front of me, typically a little closer.
Smoke screen set.
Now you'll see that AP can work in this operation when everything is so close to you. Earlier I got citadels on the Dagua and the Emerald, just now on the Omaha, and in a moment you'll see I get a few on the Indianapolis as well.
This is the convoy commander. Protect the basin.
Now once you're out of smoke, you need to remember to watch incoming shots from the cruisers and dodge them.
Engine boost activated.
And of course on the shores with no armor, it's very easy to citadel it.
Problem solved, sir.
And now with the last ship remaining, a Colorado,
Enemy onshore
I just send torpedoes to get the last bit of damage. And that's pretty much it for Narai. As long as you're following the route with the destroyer, it doesn't really matter which destroyer, you can do well. Just a question of how suited your destroyer is for this operation, with Leningrad being the best, and here the Shiratsuyu being probably the least optimal. The typical Shiratsuyu game, I get usually less than 150,000 with one other game being 194,000 damage, and I'm pretty sure while finishing the grind through this ship, this one will be probably a big outlier. And I hope you enjoyed this, and you can see if you learned something here compared to the previous one. And thank you for watching.